Hello, just dawned on me that we were not muted. I didn't mute myself while while the video was playing. Um, so if you could hear typing and stuff like that, I apologize. Anyway, as the description says, we're without Joetta again today. She's feeling a whole lot better. She's at the store yesterday and today, but she was out all last week and the weekend. Still has a somewhat violent, uncontrollable cough, but it's not really as phlegmy or mucusy as it was before. So she's feeling a whole lot better. So she'll be, as far as I know, she'll be at the shop tomorrow. So make sure you come in and wish her well. Tell her how much you've missed her on these videos, and beg her not to stick y'all with me again, because I'm sure this is just pure torture. And even if it's not for y'all, it is for me. So anyway, I'm going to start off with I got some trailers this week, just a few. We're going to start off with one from last week for William of Newbury #1, which was last week's buy #1, get #2 free. I had a chance to read this book. The only thing I've read, I think, from last week that since then. I really enjoyed it. It's quirky. It's fun. I recommend it.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael Avon Oming, co-creator of Powers with Brian Michael Bendis, and currently working with James Tinian on Blue Book over at Dark Horse. I have a new series coming out called William of Newbury, which is loosely based on true historical facts recorded in the 12th century, when not only was this time called the Anarchy going on, but there was also recordings of evidently zombies running around. And William of Newbury is about a neurotic monk who's afraid of dogs, owls, spiders, and germs, but is pretty fearsome in the face of true evil, like when he's fighting demons and monsters and the possessed. So my William of Newbury is a sort of mix of Usagi Yojimbo and Hellboy, some of the books that I loved coming up. We have some great endorsements from Stan Sakai, from David Peterson, from Eric Powell, all who love the book, and we're pretty sure you will too, so please check it out this May.
There you go. Hey, wouldn't be us if we didn't have some technical difficulties. Let me try to get rid of the stuff I don't need here anymore. And we will get on to this week's. Like I said, I enjoyed it, William of Newbury. So I suggest you give it a try. And you know, if nothing else, it's, you know, buy one get one free essentially. So see how it's try #1, see how you like it. Give #2 a try for free. Doesn't cost you anything. But if you like horror, I mean, by no means is it scary. It's more funny than it is scary. So even Joetta can read it. I need to make sure she gives it a try. But anyway, let's get on with this week's videos. You know, I don't know if you need me on the screen. All sorts of different ways I can be on the screen. Oops, it's just me. That's just me. We'll do this. But need my descriptions up. That's what I need. That's not my descriptions. Hey, nothing like professionalism. That's what we are. Alrighty. Let's try this again. So, Archie and Friends Blockbuster Movies One Shot from Archie Comics. Yeah, brand new story in this one. Archie's summer movie fantasies get out of control. You've heard of Deadpool. Well, get ready for Pool Noodle, a character whose first appearance may be his last. Archie and the gang poke fun at every movie you can shake a stick or a sword at. But no blood in this issue unless it's a paper cut. This is the first appearance of Archie's answer to Deadpool, a character called Pool Noodle. Looking forward to giving this one a read. Huge Archie fan. Anyway, so. And plus the little throwaway with Betty here as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz is enjoyable for me. From Dark Horse Comics, we have Beyond the Pale. War correspondent Hedda Sawyer is looking into the disproportional loss of Black soldiers in the Vietnam War. Leads say losses are especially high at Firebase Tartarus, with most of them simply gone missing, their fate unknown. Something sinister is happening at Tartarus, and Hedda intends to uncover the truth. A new eldritch horror from writer Christopher Emgard. I don't know about you, and I realize if you're in the military, you can't tell them where you want to be stationed, but I would not want to be stationed at something called Tartarus. Anyway, next up from Marvel, we have Bloodhunt Wolverine. Bunch of variants, as is Marvel's way. The one on the far left is the main cover. In the middle, we have a Kevin Eastman from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fame cover. And then on the right, I'm sure you recognize a Scotty Young cover. This is Bloodhunt Wolverine number 1 of 4. Logan fights back the darkness. Wolverine's the best there is at what he does. And today, fighting vampires is going to have to top that list. Don't miss the Marvel debut of scintillating scribe Tom Waltz from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as he teams up with the daring artistic dynamo Juan Jose Rip, who does the main cover, for a bloody good time. As the sky darkens across the globe and vampires reign, what hidden plot puts Logan directly in their crosshairs? Hint, it's nothing like you've seen in Bloodhunt yet. Be here as the plot and blood thickens when a secret vampire sect enacts a startling strategy that'll take Logan and the world to the brink. Guest starring some surprise characters from Wolverine's past. I haven't read any of the offshoots yet. Haven't had a chance. Plus, they keep selling out. But I really enjoyed the main main Bloodhunt series. So. Next up, we have a brand new Kanto miniseries from Dark Horse Comics. The tiny Clockwork Knight returns after making the ultimate choice to save his people above all else. He has amassed allies in the war against the Shrouded Man, but even an army may not be enough to stop the evil sorcerer's quest to conquer Kanto's people. Fighting to save New Arcana won't be easy, but nothing ever is for brave Kanto. The fan-favorite comic fantasy continues with the miniseries Kanto, A Place Like Home, by Eisner and Glad-nominated writer David Boer and fan-favorite artist Drew Zucker. On the right, we have the main cover. In the middle is cover B. It's like a nice stained glass cover. I like stained glass myself. And then we have the awesome David Mack on the far right, unfortunately doing the ratio variant. 1:10 ratio variant for this one. Next up, we have Cult of Lamb from Oni Press. In partnership with Devolver Digital and Massive Monster, acclaimed writer Alex Packnadell and Eisner-nominated artist Troy Little comes a deviously delightful, heretic-smashing excursion into the sprawling cosmology of the BAFTA-nominated video game phenomena. In a land pervaded by cruelty and evil, the most innocent among us, young Lamb, the last of their kind, was selected to become a final dark sacrifice. Their death would forever seal the darkest of the old gods from our realm, and usher in a new age ruled by the 4 eldritch bishops of the old faith. So Lamb died, and then forged a deal of their own. At the crossroads of eternity, Lamb was met by the imprisoned deity known as the One Who Waits, who revealed the lies and distortions of the false prophets who rule the world above. And so, Lamb was bequeathed the power and responsibilities of the Red Crown and returned to the land of the living with unholy powers to exact vengeance and deliver a new cult onto the earth. Not from the video game. But when I saw these covers, they were just so fun and adorable that I couldn't resist getting this comic in for the shop. See how it is. Next up from Image Comics is Falling in Love on the Path to Hell by Jerry Dugan and Gary Brown. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Oh, sorry about that. Jerry Dugan and Gary Brown present a massive double-length first issue of their groundbreaking new series. The sun set on samurai and gunslingers at roughly the same time, but our two leads didn't die off quietly. In the east, Asami, an Onomusha warrior and female samurai, would rather die with her weapons than surrender them to a sword hunt. In the west, the gunslinger McWraith follows his revenge to the bitter end and pays the ultimate price. The future lovers are mortally wounded, a world apart, and awake together in a purgatory ruled by a ruthless society of damned warriors. This one has it all: the dead, the dying, the undead, and, of course, romance. So on the left, we have the Star Wars homage cover, which is the main cover for the book. And on the right, we have a really fun Rian Gonzalez variant cover. All right, next up we have, that is not to scale. That's weird. We have a Mad Magazine #1 facsimile edition from DC. For people who like their humor in a jugular vein, we offer, again, these tales calculated to drive you mad. Facsimile reprint of the first landmark issue of Mad Magazine. With parodies of the leading comic book genres of 1952, this issue includes the EC horror-inspired terrorizing tales of Hoo-Ha, the expansive science fiction world of Blobs, the wacky Western-themed Varmint, and from our True Crime Tales department, Genefs. Prepare to have your side split by Mad's creators and the original usual gang of idiots, Harvey Kurtzman, Will Elder, Jack Davis, and Wally Wood. I've never read the original Mad, so I'm curious about this one. Looking forward to giving it a try. Next up, from Mad Cave Studios, we have The Mammoth. Something is wrong in the deep forest of Broke Tree Valley. Something deadly. Something mammoth. The legends speak of something larger than human comprehension, a monstrous phantom that disappears for decades at a time. Now it's back, and things are about to go very bad if 4 people, Olivia, Jess, Kokoro, and Mason, scientists who have come to the small city of Casbro to investigate a bizarre series of seismic activities in this heavily forested valley, can't put the mammoth to rest. One real problem with this is Olivia's dead. So we have the main cover on the left, the variant cover in the middle, and cover C on the right. I'm not sure yet what's going to be this week's buy #1, get #2 free. We've got several contenders. Probably, I'd say at least 3 contenders. This is one of them. I doubt we'll do all 3 of them, but maybe we'll do more than one. Check tomorrow's email with all the list of your books. Subscribers or just check in the store and ask Joetta. She can tell you which one or ones we eventually pick. Next up, we have Monster High, Pride 2024 one-shot from IDW Publications. At Monster High, everyone belongs, and Pride Month is a time to celebrate and show extra love to the LGBTQIA+ community. I just read them, I don't write them. First, Hannah Templar and Siobhan Keenan conjure a story about expectations and role models. Claudine and Torale are claws over tails for each other, but their summer DIY project and a group of mischievous gnomes is threatening the ghouls' relationship. Meanwhile, Ghoulia is writing fan fiction and is on the verge of starting a shipping war. Then Megan Brown and Bowen McCurdy brew a fantastic story. Wow, fantastic and celebrate. Kieran Valentine thinks love sucks. He enlists the help of his very cute Vitology partner, Speldon Caldronello, to create a potion that will drain him of the feeling forever. But after spending time with Spellman, will he have the guts to follow through? Get in from the start as IDW kicks off a whole new run of comics set on the most spectacularly inclusive campus. I understand Monster High is fairly popular in some crowds, so it would be interesting to see how the comics do coming out from IDW. Next up, we have My Adventures with Superman from DC Comics, a 6-issue miniseries. Flying from screen to the page, it's Superman. Picking up from the explosive end of Season 1, Clark's about to spend Christmas alone in Metropolis. Though he's feeling a bit down and out, a tip about a monster in the sewer sends Superman, Lois, and Jimmy into action. But what is this monster that can absorb anything it touches, and why is it here in Metropolis? Written by the head writer of the animated My Adventures with Superman, Josie Campbell, and drawn by Pablo M. Collar, this series brings the hit show to your hands with an all-new adventure. Main cover there on the left, and one of the variants, a design variant, there on the right. So I just discovered that I didn't get a cover for you guys. Why did I? Okay, well, Precious Metal #1 from Image Comics is the first of a 9-issue series. Continues from Little Bird. Well, it doesn't continue. It's a prequel set 5 years before the events of Little Bird Volume 1, The Fight for Elder's Hope. Disillusioned mod tracker Max Weaver's routine hunt for a modified child takes a grisly and unexpected turn. Now, saddled with an unpredictable mod who may be the key to unlocking his missing memories, Max will soon find that he isn't the only one interested in the child's unique abilities. And if he wants to know more, it's going to cost him everything. Eisner Award-winning creative team Darcy Van Poelgeest and Ian Bertram reunite for their gripping return to the dystopian American Empire. Like I said, that is not what these two covers are for. Evidently, I completely did not get a cover for Precious Metal, so I do apologize for that. But since we're here and looking at it already, let's talk about Profane #1 of 5 from Boom Studios. Solving murders in Los Angeles is the daily bread of private detective Will Profane, but something is strange about his latest case. When every clue points toward a famous detective novelist at the center of this mystery, Will's world will transform into something truly unreal. Discover a new mind-bending thriller from legendary writer Peter Milligan and veteran artist Raul Fernandez about the precariously thin line between reality and fiction. When I first discovered Milligan back in the Vertigo days, and he was writing Shade Changing Man, he went on to create the Ecstatics and the ever-popular Dupe for Marvel. I've been a fan of his ever since, so I'm really curious to see how this series goes. But we do have a trailer for it, so let's take a look at that. I have been mute. All righty then. So let's just jump back really quick. Scarlet. The next chapter of Codename G.I. Joe begins here. Shauna Scarlett O'Hara is about to take on the most dangerous Black Ops mission of her career, infiltrating the mysterious rising power in Japan known as Clan Arashikage. Her one lead is her former partner, Jinx, turned Arashikage enforcer. Now Scarlett must use her very particular set of skills to survive undercover and discover a shocking weapon that could change the balance of power on Earth. Red Hot writer Kelly Thompson and artist Marco Ferrari introduced some of the most anticipated characters to the Energon universe in ways you'll never expect. Turtles. We have the main cover on the right. We have a couple variant covers in the middle and in the middle and on the right. The main cover is on the left. This is a one-shot called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha. It wraps up the previous series as well as kicks off the new upcoming series. What's the world like without the TMNT? Since their time-spanning victory over Armagon, the Turtles have started to pursue other interests, leaving a void in New York among humans and mutants alike. This special issue explores the effects this change has on some of those connected to the brothers, from Old Hob to Jenica, across the 5 boroughs and all the way through Mutant Island. It's hard to tell how important someone is until they're gone. And who better to write such a story than Tom Waltz, the man who scripted the first 100 issues of IDW series and the co-writer of The Last Ronin. Also, get your first glimpse of what is coming in a special prequel to the new TMNT #1, written by superstar scribe Jason Aaron and drawn by White Hot artist Chris Burnham. Donatello has had a hard time since he came back from the future, and he's found himself in an unexpected place. So if you're looking forward to see where the new series for the Turtles goes, this is your book to get your first look. Next up, we have the Ultimates #1 from Marvel. The Ultimates universe has been, the revitalization of the Ultimates universe has been a huge hit for Marvel, starting with Ultimate Invasion from Hickman, whose name I've completely forgotten right now. Jonathan Hickman, there we go. Sales on the first 3 titles, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, and then Ultimate X-Men, just were far and away more than anything most retailers expected to see. And now we have a return with the Ultimates. The Ultimates return to greatness. Spinning out of Jonathan Hickman and Stefano Caselli's Ultimate Universe #1, rising stars Dennis Camp and Juan Fergari assemble an all-new team of Ultimates in a series that kicks off the next chapter of the new Ultimate line. 6 months ago, Tony Park sent Peter Parker a radioactive spider to set him back on the course to become Spider-Man. Since then, Iron Lad, Captain America, Doom, Thor, and Sif have begun to do the same for other lost heroes, building a network of superpowered heroes hungry for change. Now they must band together to destroy the Makers Council and restore freedom and free will to a world ruled from the shadows. What I have read of the new Ultimate stuff, I've really enjoyed. I think as long as Jonathan Hickman, obviously he can't write every book, but I think as long as he is the showrunner for the universe, I expect it to be fairly cohesive and streamlined, tying together as needed, but not unnecessarily. So at the moment, I recommend you give all 3 books a try. Oh, well, now 4. But if you have your favorites, Spider-Man or the X-Men or Black Panther or the Ultimates / Avengers, then there's a book just for you. And, forgot. So we have the main cover on the left. We have a foil cover on the right. You can't see the fullness, obviously, in the picture, but we have a Brian Hitch variant on the left here, and it has trade dress on it. but the image they provided didn't. We have the negative space Iron Man cover there on the right. And last but not least, we have Vampirella Dark Reflections #1 from Dynamite Comics. A new miniseries from the writers of Vampiverse explodes onto the comic shelves in June. Lilith, a daughter of Vampirella, now working for the Reality Corps, has been assigned her first mission, investigating an anomaly in one of the many threads of the fabric where Vampirella of that world has gone eerily silent. Upon reaching this reality, Lilith discovers a world overrun by the spawn of chaos and a Vampirella beaten and broken by the forces she has sworn to combat. It is up to Lilith to save this world from the monstrous evil and to restore Vampirella to the warrior of order she had once been. As typical with Dynamite, we have a multitude of covers. On the left, we have the main Jenny Frison cover. I think Jenny Frison, far away, is one of the best cover artists working right now. There are others who I like for various reasons, like their quirkiness or things like that. But as far as just pure gorgeous artwork, I think Jenny Frison is definitely up there. In the middle, we have the Joseph Michael Linsner cover. And then on the right, we have the Jay and Acleto cover. And then there are also some ratio variants for these that are foil covers that we will all have as well if you want to take a look at how these look in foil. But that does it for this week. Just a quick look at the #1s. Hopefully by next week, we'll be back to our regular video in which Joetta and I go over all the new books for the week, not just the new issues. And if you sat through this, and I certainly do appreciate you. Anyway, so it'll either be one or more of Profane, Ultimates, and the book Mammoth. That will be the buy #1, get #2 free for this week. So make sure you check your emailer tomorrow, or come in and ask Joetta or Mike what the book of the week is, and that way you can give it a good solid try without spending a whole fortune. Anyway, that does it for this week. So thank you much. I hope